Hey, what's up everyone? This is Aaron. So I'm coming to you, it's about 7:30 in the morning right now. I slept 10 minutes last night. I had a new symptom where basically I just had like my legs were in massive pain. Don't know if it's muscle or nerve. It's really frustrating when you get a new symptom. As many of you know, when something new pops up and you're like, oh my God, what is this? So put on a whole bunch of magnesium oil, put on some marijuana oil. Didn't help at all. And then I drank some salt water thinking my muscles needed some sodium, and that made me start to throw up. So here I am, 7:30 in the morning. I never get up this early, but I didn't sleep. And you know what I want to talk about right now, as the sun's coming up, and I'm sorry for the shaky video, is how can you still feel like you have some sort of purpose? And this is something that I think about a lot. Because I want to feel like my life has meaning. I want to feel like I'm helping others. I want to feel like what I'm doing matters in the world. I want to feel like my life as it is right now. So not my life when I get it back, not my life when I get healthy again, not my life when I feel better, not my life when I don't feel horrible, but my life right now. And I encourage you to kind of think about the same thing. So your life right now, who you are right now, with all your maybe physical issues, with your depression, with your physical pain, with your fatigue, with your brain fog, with your digestive issues. And, how it is, first off, is it possible to live a life that has meaning and depth, that you feel like you're making a contribution to the world right now? And if so, how do you do that? And I'm not even talking about money right now. I'm talking about meaning. Because there's plenty of ways to make money where you don't feel like you have any meaning. And before I got sick, about 5-6 years ago, I felt my life had a tremendous amount of purpose as doing work I loved as a yoga teacher, as a massage therapist. I had a big impact on people, and as my health started to decline, I felt like I had nothing to share. I had no value to share with others. I had no insights. Like my identity completely dissolved into a pile of unconscious, reactive, unaware, complaining, negative mush. And for the last 5 years, the majority of the time, I felt like my life, literally, I don't have any purpose, It's like I can't really help anybody. I can't even help myself. And I just want to open up a dialogue and, ask you, is that something that you've thought about? Maybe you're not at your ideal self. Maybe you are going through a lot of challenging times, whether it's just physical, whether it's, you have a mental issue, maybe you're going through a big depression, whatever. And I'm speaking right now feeling so exhausted and actually on the verge of throwing up, so I apologize if I have very little energy in my voice. But part of why I'm making this video is if one person watches it and if one person feels a little bit better, that's all. That's the only reason I'm making this video, is for one person. I don't care about reaching. I don't care about how many views this gets. I don't care about any of that. I really don't. I don't care. And that comes back to you as well. So you don't have to make videos, but I'm telling you, making YouTube videos is free. Everyone has a cell phone now. And your unique voice, with whatever you're going through, you can get on the camera and complain and just be totally a negative Nancy, just a negative jerk for the entire video, complaining about all the things that are going wrong in your life. And I'm telling you, by you doing that, that will help somebody. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it will. If that is what you are going through and that is your reality, by you sharing your reality with, I was going to say with confidence, but even if you don't have confidence, you don't have to have anything. Just getting on the camera and being, this is how I'm feeling. I feel sad. I'm just giving examples. I feel lost. I'm feeling devoid of any meaning in this lifetime. You could talk about your suicidal thoughts, and I would make a caveat to say those aren't you aren't going to act on them, or else you're going to get a lot of police possibly knocking at your door. But talk about whatever you're going through, and I'm going through a really, really rough patch. I'm going through a rough patch within a rough 5-year patch. And last weekend, so today is Saturday. A week ago from today, last Saturday, my dad passed away. He was diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig syndrome. He was diagnosed a year ago. His first symptom appeared a year ago. And he died a year later. And I got to live with him as his physical decline was happening. And it happened really, really fast. And he went from full life force and vitality to dead on his bed. I saw him in the morning and I came home and he had died in his sleep. He passed away peacefully in his sleep. And I got to spend time with my deceased father, which was a very interesting experience. I had never been around someone who was dead, and then you add that to your parent, and it was a very naturally and a very, very intense moment or intense night, and it still is. So I guess I come back. Come back to the point of, does your life have, do you feel like your life needs more purpose, or you feel, what's going on with you, and I'm making this video because I feel like I can reach at least one person. I feel like at least one person can watch this and be like, oh shit, like I feel just as bad as he does, or I'm going through a lot of stuff, and I encourage you to share. I feel like you don't need to. I go through 3 to 6 month periods where I literally don't do any social media. I don't do a Facebook update. I don't do an Instagram, don't do a YouTube. I've gone months. I've gone like 6 months. So I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying it may feel good to share. Because I feel like if we all share our story, and I know it sounds really cliche, but if we all share our story of what's going on in our life and the challenges going on in our life, I think that helps other people. And if you are going through a period where you have a well of positivity and everything's going really well for you, you can share that too. You don't have to share what's going wrong with your life. You can just share what's going great with your life. And I think that can help people on, that'll attract a different kind of vibration, to a different kind of person to your video who is seeking a different kind of energetic vibration. They want to feel validated, or they want to feel heard and understood in a different way, in a way that my video right now may not relate to them. So just something that I've been thinking about, right, is just how can I begin to feel a little bit more like I'm helping other people while this shit is happening while I'm going through a lot of challenging times, because I feel like we are told subconsciously by other people on social media, the YouTubers, whatever, that the only thing of value is positivity. And it's often fake positivity. Social media is full of complete BS. People being totally inauthentic, people only posting what they think will get more likes and comments and followers, and it's such a small selective piece. Now, I could easily start a new YouTube channel and be a motivational speaker and just decide, what? I'm going to share only things that are super influential and positive, because I used to do that. And I have some old videos, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I have like 80 videos of me teaching yoga. So I've been in that place, but I'm not there right now. That doesn't feel true to me. That would feel very forced. That would feel like I would have to, force it, like push a, round peg in a square hole or whatever. It's not like it would be totally fake, but it would feel forced. And I think the sun's behind me, so sorry you can't really see my face when I'm walking, but that's okay. So, another thing too. So, there are some people on YouTube, there are a lot of people on YouTube that try to make their, branding, right? Now, what the hell is branding? Like, there are some people in the health field who do only really professional videos. Everything has professional audio. Often they're scripted. They have a plan with what they're going to talk about. Their video is tagged with the perfect keywords, and they are trying to build their station. They are trying to build their audience. They are trying to be famous. There's nothing wrong with that, and I've wanted to do that in the past too. But if you aren't there emotionally, if you aren't there energetically, and if you aren't in a space where you have that energy to do that, then don't. So I think I'm talking a little bit about the unconscious feeling that you need to be perfect and you need to have perfection. And that will keep you stuck too. So this is just a big, long ramble, but I'm hoping some of the things I'm saying have, maybe landed a little bit for you. Maybe they make a little bit of sense, and maybe they are giving you a bit of permission to not wait. There's a lot of waiting going on. I've been feeling like the last 5 years of my life, I've been waiting. I've been waiting to get back. I've been waiting to feel better. I've been waiting to not feel so sick. I've been waiting to get my health back in all ways. I've been waiting to feel that deep source of love so I can share with others. I've been waiting to get well, to reconnect with old friends. I've been waiting to feel better, to start thinking about my purpose. Because what happens is when you're thrown into, or what happened to me is I've been thrown into survival mode. Been thrown into, will I be okay? Am I going to die, right? You have those types of energetic thoughts, like, am I going to be okay? And when you're in that space, it's very difficult, some would say it's impossible, for those thoughts to coexist with, what am I here on this planet to do? How can I bring my unique gifts and talents and abilities to the world? How can I develop and grow myself on a spiritual level and bring more of me to the world? Like, so a lot of those higher meaning and purpose questions, they go out the window because there's not a space for them. They're not the top priority. So I believe something Gandhi said, something to the extent of, you can't teach a man about God when he's hungry for bread. So if you're hungry for bread, not maybe literally, but if you are going through kind of base level needs of, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to make any money? How am I going to get through the day? Am I going to, all the stuff that I've been dealing with for the last 5 years, it's quite natural to fall into a mental pattern, or just to have your thoughts go into more, what am I saying? I'm too tired to even think, to not feel inspired to think about higher level things like I used to think about all the time. I mean, prior, my thoughts were always just naturally there. I wasn't trying to. They were just, much more depth and complexity. They were the fine subtleties of existence, right? I was contemplating and mapping out a life of deep meaning and contribution, and how can I serve humanity, and how can I express myself more, and the books I was reading and the YouTube videos I was listening to and the teachers I were following and the seminars I was attending, and everything was all about living a more purposeful, deep life of spiritual growth. And it was this different world. It literally feels like a different world. So it's been really humbling and interesting to have been shot into a different reality, right? So let me see if I can sum up this video, because we're going on 17 minutes here. Let me tell you that wherever you're at right now is perfect. Wherever you're at right now is perfect. Whether you're sad, depressed, sick, in bed, can't even make a video, so you can only blog. You're perfect exactly as you are right now. You don't have to wait. And that's something that I remember, and then I forget every single day. So I just want to let you know, you don't have to wait to be a different you in order to show up, in order to share, in order to contribute, in order to help other people. You don't need to wait for anything. And right now, this video is pretty much the only thing I can think of in my life in order for me to contribute. So it's pretty easy. I'm just taking a walk because I didn't sleep last night and I still feel quite ill. But this is what I'm doing, and the other thing I want to share is you don't need to. So I'm also not saying you need to do something. I don't really care what you do. This is just my personal kind of life journey thought process. But I just want to say that you are, how do I phrase this without sounding cliche? I really want to feel it. I want to feel what I'm saying. Part of my challenge the last 5 years is being disconnected from my body, so it's difficult to feel what I want to say. But you inherently have more than enough love from the universe, from God. If you don't believe in either, from just merely existing. You have enough love inside you, and you are loved to not wait. And I think I'll end it on that. So let's not wait. So if you feel like I want to do this, or I feel like I wanted, I feel like I'm not living up to my purpose, or I feel like I'm not helping anyone right now in my life, or anything like that. Whatever your kind of feeling is that maybe you're not there right now, or you don't need to wait any longer. That's point number one. And I think I will end that. So, for the one person that listened to this video, thank you. If nobody listens, that's fine as well. This is more just for me to kind of get my thoughts out. Because I gotta say, man, when you have a night where you don't sleep and you feel horrible, it's one of the most challenging things when you're sick and you're up all night. So I just wanted to get on here and just share. So thanks, guys. All right, bye bye.